Today, Instagram is moving fast forward, and old rules do not work anymore in 2026. If you want to make your account successful, if you want to make your influencer marketing successful, you need to do a certain changes. And I will give you exact checklist what do you need to change in 2026. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of HypeAuditor, the world-renowned AI-driven all-in-one influencer marketing platform. And today we are going to get through our influencer marketing state that we deliver every year to see what changed in Instagram in 2025 and what adjustments do you need to do in 2026 to stay successful, to stay aligned with everything changing. And I'll break this into a few sections. What Instagram is rewarding in 2026, who the Instagram audience is and how it's changing, what the creator economy looks like by influencer side, what the engagement and growth benchmarks are today, and what brings brand success on Instagram nowadays. Then I will finish with a practical checklist. All right, let's start with the biggest shift. Instagram now runs on views and watch time, not on likes and comments like it was before. Instagram is shift its algorithm ranking towards views, towards watch time, like TikTok and YouTube previously does, and they still show followers, they still show likes and comments, but now they're much less affecting the ranking. So if your campaigns is still centered on likes, you are doing a wrong homework. Nowadays, you want to know how many people is actually watched, how long they watched, and whether the content held their attention or not. This one change is run through everything. How do you select creators? How do you measure effectiveness of your campaigns? How do you compare creators against each other? So many things need to be changed to be successful in 2026. One more important change, long reels are fully supported now in Discovery. Instagram expanded reels time up to 3 minutes, and now longer videos are eligible for recommendation in Explore and Reels. So that's not a small detail. That means that short form no longer has to be ultra short. It could be like medium, and creators and brands have more room to product education, storytelling, and narrative-led integrations. Next one, original content is explicitly prioritized. Instagram is increasingly favoring original creator content and pushing back like all the stuff with the reposting, with the aggregating content or something like this. So if your creator strategy is basically repost accounts and make compilation pages, you're working against the system. Smaller creators will benefit from this because like most of their content is original and their own ideas, but those who are like often reposting and using not original content, you probably want to make shift in your strategy. Another very important one, DMs are now in a core distribution channels. Yes, Instagram has confirmed that DMs is dominating in terms of sharing content, and now it's a primary channel to sharing content. This matters a lot because of influencers posting the content, and not always you see how really it acts, because many things happen in private. A reel can work without like blowing up in publicity, just because people will post it around in DMs, especially if this is something like you want to share with people, but you do not want to say aloud about it. So if you're evaluating what you can see in the public metrics, also you're missing a big part of a picture, because now content spreads through DMs and you actually do not see it in public metrics. How much does it spread? How much does it share? But this is Varan's algorithm today. So it would be a very good idea to create the educational or like interesting or some useful content that people want to share with their friends and like online friends and send them into DMs. This will really boost up your content in front of the algorithm. And yeah, for sure, last but not least, AI is everywhere, but now the disclosure is also very important and it matters. Instagram keep rolling out their own AI tools, but they also introducing AI disclosure labels, especially like for paid campaigns, but also for the creators that are fully AI led. So the baseline of expectations is pretty simple. There will be more and more AI in terms of production, but also there would be more and more attention to transparency and compliance. Think twice when you use an AI, because you need to make it fully transparent and align with an Instagram rules. So that was the main changes in Instagram algorithm and how the platform works. Now let's switch to the audience layer and see what changed in terms of who are using Instagram. Instagram is still built around 25 to 34 years age group. This is the main age group of Instagram users. About 45% of all Instagram users are in this age group. And if you zoom out, you will see that 84% of all Instagram users are younger than 35 years old. So Instagram stays one of the strongest places to reach younger, active audience at scale. And if your consumer brands and your customers live near trend-driven, like some modern stuff, this is still your platform. This is how you actually win there when you're following these trends, where you're creating those trends, something people talk about. Now let's talk about creators. Most of Instagram creators are the small at the end of the spectrum. So if you will divide all Instagram creators, the main group will be the smallest one, those who are from 1,000 to 10K followers. It will be around 80% of all Instagram influencers. So it's a huge amount of accounts. If we will switch to micro-influencers, which are 10 to 50K, they will represent around 14%. And mid-tier creators from 50K to 500K will be accountable only for 4%. And switching to macro and mega creators, we do not even want to divide them because those who have more than 500,000 followers are accountable only for 0.3% of all accounts. And this is where we're going to the point which many people do not understand. We will talk about engagement rate that drops with the scale, but raw interaction numbers is growing. And this is how it works. Nano creators have the top median engagement rate, around 1.8%. As follower count rises, engagement rate declines, and macro and mega creators have only 0.34%. But at the same time, absolute interactions number moves the other way. Mega creators have a median of 7K likes compared to just 40 likes for nano creators. So the useful way to think about it is simple. Neither small creators or mega creators win across every metric. It's a trade-off. And nano creators maximize your engagement efficiency. Think about it as like on every dollar invested, you get like more likes. But big creators at the same time deliver reach and total volume. So if you really need a push forward for your product launch and for your influencer marketing strategy, you need to use a big names also. A smart plan would include using both intentionally, based on what you want to achieve. Now let's talk about followers growth and decline, because this is another place where the people still live with an old assumptions. Nowadays, growth in terms of followers is led by creator-driven communities, and declining in the followers doesn't always mean fail. So how does it work? In 2025, more than 2,000 accounts add more than 1 million followers. When you look at the fastest growing accounts, you will see a split. Mega accounts still lead on a raw reach, and a lot of momentum now comes from the creator-led and community-led accounts with a strong identity and a real fan. And you will also see something else that was saying. Big accounts can and do decline. Overall, 35% of all accounts lost followers in 2025. So there is not only growth. So how to react when account lost their followers? Several top celebrities and big brands dropped millions of followers. Selena Gomez, for example, lost 6.8 million of followers. But followers lost doesn't automatically mean someone fell off. In our data, we see that drops in followers don't always line up with a weak engagement. For example, Zendaya still show best-in-class high engagement, despite she have follower decline. So follower count gives you a weaker signal than it used to. You get a clearer picture when you focus on how content performs right now: the views, the watch time, the retention, and who makes up the audience. You must to see who are really consistently performing in terms of their video views. This is a main metric nowadays. So losing the followers is the signal, but in 2026 is not a main signal. Now let's zoom out to categories and brand conversations. Instagram content is continually dominated by entertainment and lifestyle categories. So this is how the top looks like in terms of how many creators are work in this niche. Number one and leading one is entertainment, then goes shopping and fashion, then music, then movies and TV, then travel, and beauty. So this is kind of the main Instagram categories and topic influencers talk about. So the platforms leads toward content that is culture-driven, trend-based, and built specifically for a video. At the same time, when you look at where engagement is strongest, it often shows up in niche communities rather than the major topics. The categories with the strongest engagement rate could be pretty surprising for you. Let's look at them. The number one would be the snowboarding, with the highest average rate of 4%. Then goes comics, hockey, golf, anime. So totally different picture. So if you're working in some different niche, it doesn't mean that you need to follow main Instagram topics. You can find your creators, you can find your communities, and maybe they will perform even better to you than the major topic does. The pattern is stayed pretty consistent. The tighter is the interests and community, the closer they can get together and the deeper level interaction they could achieve. Now let's talk about brands and how they're represented in creator economy, in influencer marketing, because how brands show up in creator content reflects their strategy and their movement, not just overall popularity of the brands. The most talked about brands in Instagram win with creator volume and repeatable systems. In our data, Instagram brand conversations in 2025 are led by a mix of fashion, beauty, global retail, and entertainment platforms. Fast fashion and beauty names dominates, including Zara, Shein, H&M, Maybelline, and Yves Saint Laurent Beauty. Each of them mentioned tens of thousands of times by many influencers, and they're reaching billions of views. And there is one important nuance inside this. Leadership on reach doesn't come automatically from number of mentions. It depends on the creator mix, who posts about you, at what level, at what scale, what is the topics, how viral they are. So it's a system. So when you see brands all over the conversations, everywhere, here and there, it usually means they build an engine around creators. They use seeding programs and product models. They use ongoing creator partnerships and constant content turnover. They use their content usually on their website, advertising. So they build a system around creator content and influencer marketing, not just one-off campaigns. And now if you're watching and thinking, okay, what do I do with all of this? Here's the practical part. The checklist I mentioned in the very beginning. Take your notes, take your pens. Here will be important part. So what do you need to change in your Instagram influencer marketing strategy right now in 2026? I'll pull it into the 6 adjustments and we will go through it one by one. So number one, shift your reporting away from likes and comments towards to views, watch time, and attention. The views, watch time, retention now should be in the core of your reporting. Likes, you could leave as a supportive metric, not the principal one. Second one, stop overweighting the followers count. Even the Instagram CEO already says that the followers count is not so important. And it's definitely no longer standing up clearly for reach or any other metric. So look at real performance, looks at audience quality instead, looks at views. This is much more important metric nowadays. Number 3, treat longer reels as a feature, not as an exception. Now it's a part of ecosystem, and you can think about going to like longer storytelling, educational content, or something like this, and it still will be eligible to discovery and explore by users and have viral potential. So put it inside your strategy, at least as a one thing you need to test, and probably it will stay there for long. Number 4, build relationships with a wide variety of creators. We do not say you need to shift fully to nano and micro influencers, but if you are ignoring this part, you actually ignoring more than 90% of all creators existing. So please do not do it. To make your influencer marketing effective, you really need to build a scalable system to work with the micro and nano creators. But do not forget about Meteor and the big stars also. Sometimes they can bring very important part of your influencer marketing campaign and drive everything forward. So make a proper mix. Number 5, use niches strategically. Probably in the main Instagram niches like fashion and beauty, you will find much more creators. But if you have more narrow niche, or you want to find more narrow niche inside the big topics, this could be a good idea, because on this depth level there is a passion-based communities that are close to each other around some specific topic, and this could lead for very good engagement level, very good interactions level, views, all the stuff. So do not forget to test some specifically narrow niches. Sometimes it can bring much more results than the mainstream topics. Number 6, the last but not least, if you want to copy the success of big brands, do not try to do it without copying their system, because there is engine behind their influencer marketing. You need to build a proper system to reuse the content across your ads, across your website. You need to build a good creator ambassador programs, not only work with the creators here and there with the paid partnerships. And when we start to talk about systems, when we start to talk about scale, you should understand you can't build everything with your bare hands at scale. Not discovery, not vetting, not benchmarking, not monitoring campaigns across hundreds of creators is possible without proper technology. You can try to build one by your own, but it would be like super expensive and probably will let you do nothing. And you can try platforms like Hypoditor, because this is why they exist. So you can work with a long tail of creators, scaling the volume, scaling your products, seeding, product gifting, ambassador programs, long-term relationships, while keeping everything automatically tracked and grounded to the data level. This is basically the only way to build a scalable, effective influencer marketing campaign. And that is the state of Instagram influencer marketing as it is right now. Based on first-party data from Hypoditor, here what we see in few words: attention metrics beat vanity metrics, long-tail creators dominate supply, niche communities drive depth and engagement, and scalable systems beat one-off bets. So make your notes, tune your strategy, and let it all lead you to an incredible success in 2026. And if you want not to lose my videos and get few more bright ideas how make your influencer marketing strategy more effective in 2026, push subscribe button, push thumbs up, and ring button, everything you can see on the screen. And we will see you in the next videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Bye bye. See you.